That's why you'll see LSU sit back a little bit defensively, make the Wildcats take a jump shot.
And away with it. Skip pass to the corner to Shai. Drives, stops, easy.
Jones.
Skip pass from the corner. Now the drive. Gilgeous-Alexander with the mark. Big time to the left. Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice move.
Let him work inside. Kevin knocks out on the perimeter right now. Gilgeous-Alexander to the left hand again.
One make in its last 7 possessions. That'll end. Gilgeous-Alexander off the wing.
Crowd, he's kind of buzzing right now, just in anticipation of wanting to see this team be aggressive.
There's Gilgeous-Alexander on the line. Team leader in assists and steals, and he just got another one. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Kentucky doing some work on the offensive glass. Too much one-on-one right there. Got to get ball movement. Got to get player movement.
Nice little crossover and finish for
10:20 remaining in regulation. Gilgeous-Alexander. Wow. So.
Gilgeous-Alexander housed him. Gilgeous-Alexander, tough shot.
Now, we talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's going to have to shoot it with 5 on the shot clock. The fade.
2-3 zone by Vanderbilt. They're going to change up the defense, trying to make them uncomfortable.
Just what you talked about. Here's Shai. He is hanging in there on the bench. And now let's see if his team can come back against Vandy. Here's Shai. They need it.
Pressing to try to scramble it up and saying, hey, one possession at a time to get back in this thing.
From the elbow in for Vanderbilt.
Just how about the response by Vanderbilt after watching their lead almost completely evaporate here to Kentucky?
From the corner. Gabriel back out to Gilgeous-Alexander. Working against Lee. Since 5 minutes to play in the first. Again!
Country in the blocks better than 3 per game. Gilgeous-Alexander baseline.
Wow. And now West Virginia back to man-to-man. High ball screen trying to get some space.
And a chance to tie or take the lead.
Freshman guard Nick, the younger brother, who's been seeing more time handling.
Leading the nation in assists.
Oh, what a split by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, partner.
And then gets it. Think about some of the talent that he has had.
Florida coming off a win Wednesday at home against Arkansas. Kentucky coming off a loss Tuesday.
You have to make this Kentucky defense break down. It's not going to break down on its own.
Comes up with a loose ball, kicks it out, turns it over. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Different lob looks. And Kentucky breaking down defensively.
Zone by
shooting. Gilgeous-Alexander.
You're able to make plays.
Gilgeous-Alexander. 8.
West Virginia. Not playing today, Ohio State.
Sweet.
They zoned it. They're going to make him shoot for 3. And they got beat in the wacky world of the SEC. They got beat today by Mississippi. You can fight about it, I believe, when he takes his shoes off. But I agree with you today.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Banks clear of the injuries just yet, although they are getting healthier. Gilbert is back. But Dwayne Wilson, a grad transfer from Marquette.
One adjusted.
Great defense by P.J. Washington.
Gilgeous-Alexander off the...
There's a little kid for LSU, number 3, the freshman point guard, who I love. He thinks he should be at Kentucky. He has that type of confidence. Zone, it's a big zone, and that big zone can bother number 3 from LSU because he's only about 5'9".
Knox waiting in the left wing here. Gilgeous-Alexander gets free.
This is where you might not need to bring some help.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 10 to shoot. On Jackson with the 4 fouls.
in what was really his breakout moment. It's a corner long. Where do they go here? Shot clock down to 4. It comes between Louisville and Kentucky. This is Gilgeous-Alexander. Huge game. Tied a then career high with his 18 points, couple of big threes. And so this has been a far different story here.
They're supposed to play. They play like this, they're going to have a fine year.
Pretty sure they still pick up a few checks for Joe.
Presence defensively really got this game going, I thought, in their favor. Nice steal. Bad pass out. Barry is back. These are experiencing that difficulty with freshmen, getting to adjust, concentrate, be ready. Speaking of freshmen. He's inside, he's a dangerous threat.
SEC, a good-looking league as Gilgeous not somehow keeps possession and stays in bounds.
Oh, right kind of defense. Get caught. Game. I see the same here. He stands and he's too easy to guard because he's not mobile and not active enough.
Gilgeous-Alexander with
the Jersey Shore, and so they've got a couple thousand fans who have made the trip up.
That's a time where Kentucky traditionally has gotten better.
ball screen coverage up top by Kentucky.
Yeah, it's not going to be a weapon. It's something they can get better at, and there are other guys.
10 on the shot clock. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Richards pulls down the rebound. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Not with threes, though. They did it defensively.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Antoine, are those plays that they convert?
Oh, without question. It's just that fast break play right there. That'll be a layup. Down the body and get yourself together, really prepare for the next level. But I understand sometimes
anywhere near the size and strength of Azubuike. Baseline jumper, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Trey Bell-Haynes, the America East Conference Player of the Year a year ago, turns it over.
That's intended in the early stages.
Green skip pass. Gilgeous-Alexander 6 and 6'5" at the top of that zone, and another turnover. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander with the step through.
In the round of 32 game Sunday. Gilgeous-Alexander
use the quickness of their guards to outmatch the size of Kentucky.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
Kentucky playing with so much more purpose and focus early on today.
Gilgeous-Alexander spins, goes to the rack.
It's up to Diallo to make sure he's the facilitator.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
Cats. Coach Oates really upset that time, yelling at his players, saying, "We told you to get the ball."
Gilgeous-Alexander takes the part of that international flair for Davidson and Bob McKillop, authority from Sweden, all about the big upsets. That's a turnover. Gilgeous-Alexander goes right by Goodmanson with poise.
Knox thought about it. They get it to the corner for 0 for 4 from 3.
And I compare that to yesterday. They didn't miss a shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander, tough run.
Deep team.
Gilgeous-Alexander just blew by 2 defenders.
Together.
6 on the shot clock, and Gilgeous-Alexander. But he lost it, and now a turnover. Here comes Kentucky, and Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll make the bucket. There's a steal. 7th turnover for Alabama. Gilgeous-Alexander lays. He's been hurt. A lot of teams have had injuries. You're a Notre Dame guy.
7 degrees of my family.
March. And Kentucky's won 4 of their last 5. Obviously, that Florida game went south on them. As Gilgeous-Alexander will reset things. Pulls up. Gilgeous-Alexander, 10 points on 5 of 7. The drive here against Jackson, the right hand, and a
offense. And I agree with you. Sexton's been unbelievable here in St. Louis. But their defense that they played against.
By his own admission, he said it took a little while to figure out where everybody fit in with this group. Gilgeous-Alexander, they're trying to shots. And the Gators have their largest cushion. Hudson with 14. Gilgeous-Alexander again.
Florida's just really amped up.
17 for Hudson. Gilgeous-Alexander earlier.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, baseline,
and continue for the easy one.
Just stop playing defensively for Kentucky. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Right there. Wow.
Nice wrap-around pass.
I love working with you, Benny.
10 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander gives it.
Little veteran player.
Diallo. Buries.
We mentioned high hopes for the Aggies coming into the season to pick third in the league. And got off to a great start. Wants to leave themselves enough time to get a second shot opportunity. Good look for Knox. Got it. Perimeter. And then they're settling for a jump shot. There it is.
Kentucky's gone cold. They've missed 5 in a row for the first time tonight.
LSU 42-39. Big steal for the Wildcats. There you go. That's momentum.
Again. LSU get Ayton will come up for the high post, and Crump lazily throws it away. Green with a left.
The clock down almost to a minute.
Gabriel to 3.
Terrific dump down.
Third bucket for Spalding.
Now they're trying to put him on his back. Turned aside. Hold on. Diallo. This has got a lot of life in his body, doesn't he? A lot of bounce. On the wing, Diallo. Another big kid, too. Fox trying to tie it up here. Got it. Gabriel.
Pulliam's a redshirt junior. Johnny David's a junior.
Harvard's been in a 2-3 zone this last possession, including the out-of-bounds under. Good look in. A player to do on the basketball floor. And she's got a big-time vinyl collection.
You talking about he wants to be a head coach one day, and I no doubts that he will, but you know, he got in administration. Talk about maybe
2 off his career high. Godwin Bowen, the 5'11 sophomore out of Toronto. A couple of years was here in the Commonwealth. Here's the bounce pass.
Gilgeous-Alexander dumps it off down low. Gilgeous-Alexander dumps it off.
17. Talk about SEC teams. Got some teams in Maui.
This is where Kentucky looks a little confused when they get into the half-court set.
Knox sidelines as the Cats set up their half-court offense.
Another turnover. Couple of sloppy passes by the Jayhawks. Knox for 3. Got him.
He turns it over. Washington. Gilgeous-Alexander.
And Diallo leaks out on the other end. 5 straight point.
Things aren't working for them right now. So you've got to start relying on being unselfish and making that extra pass.
I just have a feeling he wanted to let one go. He's measured it. He'll adjust. He'll be all right.
Here's Quad Green. Yes. Plays on the sideline. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Quad Green. Yes.
Last 2 games, scored 18 against UMBC. Back-to-back 18-point games. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks it to Knox. Fly by. Knox for 3. Yes!
Extra possessions for their team.
Into the game is Nick Perkins. He is the 6th man of the year in the MAC. Looking up.
Becoming a victim, feeling sorry for yourself. Knox is not going to do that. Smart not either. But you have to make sure you stay focused.
Quade Green on the take. Little float.
Hands first with the press. Oh, that was an offensive foul.
No call. Gilgeous-Alexander sets up Gabriel. Yes! 2 legendary coaches on the sideline as well. You see Bob McKillop trying to urge his defender, because basically what you're looking at now is a Kentucky team in their current form that have been going this way. 6 minutes have gone by in the second half. Gilgeous-Alexander covers galore. Diallo, yes.
There didn't have any direct look to him.
Knox wide open 3. Got it.
That's long.
Gilgeous-Alexander thought about a 3. Instead, he kicks it to Knox for 1.
Hey, wants to get that quote. He'll get that next year in the NBA.
Yeah, he will. His stock has risen as the first. Washington, they don't post. Ball on the floor. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Gilgeous throws it up.
I think Kentucky, you don't want to get too patient. You want to look to score.
Gabriel. 7. Good look. Good job.
Mountain tournament play in March. Good feed and knocks. Hands of Gilgeous-Alexander. Gabriel's one of the guys who has to make up for the loss of Jared Vanderbilt on the glass. 3 balls. See if Kentucky can find their rhythm again here. Hami.
About Virginia's defense, add that with an offense that has got a ton of firepower, especially Marvin Bagley.
Washington.
Today they came out with purpose tests, and they executed brilliantly.
Change. Sasha Kalia Jones is in. They're just searching for something. Yeah. They've missed 9 of their last 10 shots. Lob it up, and come.
5-point game. I was just talking to Lavelle Jordan today, the coach at Butler. They're playing in the Louis Carnesecca Center.
Which is not a college rule, has created a culture where this can really, Mizzou can shoot the ball, or you've got to rotate over on your back end a lot quicker. I'm going to rebound more than anybody else, and he's manufactured offense off it. Look at that. In terms of what's going on. It's been a really bad week.
You think Arizona plays in the NCAA tournament? And when they're able to execute, and we saw that early in this game, it's really dangerous.
How about that?